today's episode of Easy Publishing to the Central Repository, we're going to explore what other means are available to you if you end up needing help with your publishing to the Central Repository. Throughout the series of these videos, we've used the Central Repository's documentation website and specifically the publishing section. There's also sections linking to just using it via your various configuration for your various tools, and then also links to the search and other information. But looking at the publish section, you also see that not only is there documentation for the general configuration, things like PGP, the requirements and other things we've gone over, as well as Maven, there is also documentation on how to get to publish artifacts via Apache Ant or Gradle. All of these sections potentially also have, if you look at the bottom here, links to further examples, blog posts and other things that we found useful and got notified by the community about that. And so overall, this project's website here has a wealth of information that will surely get you going. You can also take advantage of the status page and the status here, as well as the help page, which contains links to further information. The Sonatype status page, for example, shows you the status of the various services, especially here the Central Repository, but also various tweets from our ops team, which you can also tweet to if you need any help and want to reach out to the team. The help page also links to the Maven Central issue tracker as well as the OSSRH issue tracker, both of which can be used for your initial deployments, configuration, as well as further issues with components in the Central Repository and so on. We also have mailing lists for user discussions, the users mailing list, and then a pure announcement mailing list for any topics, and those mailing lists are not too busy but very well monitored, so you can easily subscribe them and will get relevant information from us regularly on what you can do in terms of publishing. If you run into problems, you can ask us as well as any other community members here. We have the Nexus Community Project. That is a website that contains a lot of information regarding the Central Repository components and the Nexus Repository Manager, as well as useful documentation. For example, here there are free books, Maven, a complete reference, Maven by example, but also repository management with Nexus, which contains the documentation for the staging suite that we used to get our artifacts into OSSRH and the rules there, which also contains documentation for further tools. There's also a lot of video segments in this community website, one of which focuses specifically on staging and the various use cases and has example projects for usage with Ant or with Ivy, with Ether and other projects. So, and those are all freely available to you as well. So make sure you use this website and take advantage of all the other resources here, as well as the help via the knowledge base or the Stack Overflow site or our issue tracker. And who knows, maybe if you contribute a blog post about your experience of publishing to the Central Repository, you will be one of our next authors here.